There's a new community event that came along with patch 2.4, and this time it's a power shift event. Finalists have to circle the platform around Earth 10 times to win this beautiful hi-fi boombox. That means we have to get that platform to travel a total distance of 249,010 miles, or 400,750 kilometers. So if you ever wanted to feel like John Cusack and say anything, now is your chance. And if you're not old enough to know what that movie is, I'm sorry. Go watch it. For the gameplay side of things, they removed the ability for dematerializers to interact with goo. So it looks like we're no longer going to be able to bring down goo walls with that. That kind of sucks. Removed the ability for guardian turrets to target defibrillated players, meaning that it'll stay focused more on the active players instead of just going rogue. This next one's a big change in my opinion. Took away the projectile weapons bouncing off of teammates with the grenades, the RPG, MG32L, and the CL40, allowing them to pass through friendlies. So I think this is going to be a great change to the combat system because now we're going to be able to be slightly more reckless with this change. Awesome. Riot shields would sometimes not trigger mines. Now that's been fixed as well. I don't know a lot of people who play with riot shields, so maybe I just didn't pay attention to that one. But either way, that still seems like a good fix. For the mode changes, they brought with it some updates to private matches again with the addition of Solo Banquet. That'll be fun. It's going to make for, I believe, some really great free-for-alls and private matches. I love to see that they're still showing some love to solos in a team-based esports title. And then now with Power Shift, they brought in the change to the backfilling of matches, so that we'll no longer be able to join a match that is within 20% of its final destination, which thank goodness for that's been changed. I'm so tired of waiting sometimes up to 2 minutes to get into a match, and then you get in a match and in 30 seconds it's over. So it makes the experience far less enjoyable joining that way, knowing there's no chance to win. So that's a really nice change to Power Shift. Nothing too major on the UI list today, but still a few that I believe are important. The UI shaking after being eliminated was irritating, and it seemed that they finally addressed that issue with this patch. So that's nice. It was just off-putting to see everything just shake like Michael J. Fox. Embark also added the ability to track up to 5 contracts now, which doesn't seem like a big change, but mind you, it'll make it a little bit easier to keep track of the XP grind if you're working on your Battle Pass rewards. And they also set the Battle Pass page to display your current page now instead of the first page. So that way you don't have to scroll through just to find your current level. For the laptop users out there, a default setting to limit FPS has been set to 60 to help with overheating and stuttering issues during gameplay, and you can adjust that in the video settings menu in the game if you so choose. They upgraded the FSR to version 2.2.1 to fix a memory leak, smoothing out the performance, obviously. Ranked contracts also got a tweak this time around. I think to tailor more towards solo players, it seems, which they need to be careful not to swing too far in that direction. I think it would take away from kind of the accomplishments of the team esport aspect that the game was built around. Being a solo player, I appreciate making some of these a little easier, but they could very easily take this too far. And so what they did was they took Win 1 tournament, which was replaced with deal 750 fire damage to opponents, which is obviously, depending on your team, could be a lot easier. Reduced deal 5,000 damage with grenades down to 2,500 in Circuit 1 Stage 1. And reduced get 11 kills in one round to 6 in Circuit 1 Stage 4. So obviously making these all a little bit more obtainable, a little bit easier to get, but they don't want to take this too far in that, because then you're going to take away kind of the fun and the accomplishment. Even as a solo player, I like having the ability to get that reward as 11. It seems obviously a lot less more of an accomplishment at 6. So I just hope that they're a little bit more careful with that one. Now let's take a look at this video here in a moment. Embark seems to be really kind of digging into the lore and the backstory behind the finals and what's going on with all of the corporate sponsors. I'm kind of really starting to get excited to see where this is going to go. Obviously they're not going to probably make some big, huge story with this. It's not going to be some big element to the game, I don't think. I think it'll be a little bit more like Destiny 1, where, the lore was just kind of there, but there was more to it behind the scenes and off game than there was in. But let's go ahead and take a look at this, because I'm really excited to see how far they take this.
All right, we're out. Trying to commentate in that CNS arena is driving me nuts.
Yeah, but our ratings are up, and the viewers seem to be responding to CNS.
Well, we're playing in their digital playground now, and we're clueless about their end goal.
Sounds like you don't like the idea of a little change.
A little change? They said they're here to change the game. A new arena and a bunch of new equipment? Who knows what's next?
Eventually, VIA will isolate the attack and secure the show. They won't let this go on forever.
I don't know. If Volpe's tech let them in, can VIA really kick them out?
That's going to be it for this week's update. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the game's lore so far and what you think this all leads into. Until then, stay sharp, stay focused, and I'll see you all in the finals.